What's up YouTube, Saf here on SuperSaf TV, and this is everything you need to know about the Samsung Galaxy Note 8. Now the Samsung Galaxy Note 7 was my personal favourite device of 2016, as I'm sure it was for a lot of you guys, but as you know there were some issues with the battery which resulted in 2 recalls and eventually a discontinuation of the device altogether. It's been re-released recently as the fan edition, but it did cause a lot of bad publicity for Samsung. So this year, Samsung have a lot more pressure to come up with something really great to help everyone forget about the issues that had happened with the Note 7. And based on the leaks and rumours, it looks like they are going to be doing that. Now in terms of the design and build, it looks like the Note 8 is going to be very similar to the S8 and S8 Plus. That's not necessarily a bad thing because the S8 and S8 Plus are currently some of the best looking devices out there. So we're looking at a metal frame with curved Gorilla Glass 5 panels on the front and back. Now as with the S8 and S8 Plus, the curves on the back and front will be symmetrical, so they should make the Note 8 quite comfortable to hold in the hand. Now you can always customize the look of your smartphone using a skin from dbrand, who are our sponsor for this video. They've got some quality skins for lots of devices, and you can already pre-order skins for the Note 8 right now, and I'll be linking to dbrand in the description below. The Note 8 is also going to be IP68 water and dust resistant, so that's going to be nice. If you do get a bit of a splash on it, that's not going to be a problem. And for the display, we're looking at 6.3 inches, so only slightly bigger compared to the S8 Plus. A larger display no longer being the key selling point of the Note 8, it seems. And we're still going to have an infinity screen, which means minimal bezels on the front. So we're just going to have a strip on the top and bottom. This is going to be absolutely great because the device shouldn't be too large, even with this massive 6.3 inch display. Super AMOLED technology with a Quad HD Plus resolution, so you're going to have lots of sharp detail, vibrant colors, deep blacks, and also an 18.5:9 aspect ratio, which is going to give you a bit more real estate in terms of the height. And this is going to be especially useful for apps such as Twitter, Facebook and Instagram, where you're scrolling a lot. Now early leaks and rumors were pointing towards a 4K display, but unfortunately it doesn't look like this is going to be the case this year. It looks like they are going to be sticking to Quad HD Plus, which is still plenty. I think 4K is something we might see next year. Now the internals are also going to be quite similar to the S8s with the Snapdragon 835 or the Exynos 8895, but we are going to have 6GB of RAM on the Note 8 compared to 4GB on the S8s. Now these processors are some of the fastest out right now, so expect some great performance. The S8 for me has been really fast overall, but with the additional RAM, this should make the Note 8 a bit more competitive, and it should be able to hold more apps in the background when you've got lots on. No doubt we'll be doing lots of speed tests on the Note 8 as soon as it's out, so make sure you subscribe to see that first if you haven't already. Now for the storage, we're looking at 64 or 128GB with a micro SD card for expansion. Now it would be great if we had a base model of 128GB, but current rumors are pointing towards 64GB, which should still be plenty, especially with the option to expand. Now let's get to the cameras. This is where things get quite interesting. So for the front-facing camera, we've not really heard many rumors, so I'm assuming that it's going to be similar to what we've got in the S8, 8 megapixels with an f1.7 aperture. Now the S8 already has a great front-facing camera, so this should be pretty good. But for the rear-facing camera is where we're going to see a real difference. The Note 8 is going to be the first flagship Samsung device with a dual camera setup. So we're going to have 2 12 megapixel cameras. The primary will have an f1.7 aperture with optical image stabilization. Now how the second camera works, this is still a bit of a question mark. We could have a zoom lens like we have on the iPhone 7 Plus and the OnePlus 5. But some rumors are saying that we're going to have an RGB sensor as well as a monochrome sensor, something similar to what we have on lots of the Huawei devices. This should give you better colors as well as sharper detail. However, at this point in time, we know that there's going to be dual cameras. We're not sure how exactly they're going to function, but no doubt these are going to be some of the best cameras out there, and SuperSaf style camera comparisons will definitely be following. Now for the software, we're looking at Android Nougat with the Samsung skin on top. The Samsung skin is going to be more important here on the Note 8 because of the stylus, the S Pen. This is something that differentiates the Note line from many of the other devices. We're going to have some advanced features. One that's being rumored is the ability to hover over sentences and be able to translate them live. Now for the fingerprint scanner, a lot of you may be disappointed to know that this is still going to be at the back near the cameras. Now the concepts creator has put together these renders to really show you exactly what it's going to look like, and we've also seen other renders from case manufacturers as well as dbrand skins showing this fingerprint scanner placement. So unfortunately it looks like this is where it's going to be. I would have really have liked if it was slightly lower. I don't mind a fingerprint scan on the back, but if it was a little bit more accessible. Now I don't know the technicalities of this. I'm sure there's some technical reasons about placements inside the phone why this fingerprint scanner has had to be near the cameras. One positive thing is that the heart rate sensor is now in between the fingerprint scanner and the cameras, so you shouldn't be touching the camera as much as you might be doing on the S8s. It looks like Samsung were trying to embed this within the display, but this is something that has proven quite difficult, and we might not even see it in the iPhone 8. Looks like embedded fingerprint scanners within the display are going to be something that we see next year. Now, if you don't like using the fingerprint scanner, then you will have the option of using the iris scanner, which is also going to be on the Note 8. This has worked really well on the Note 7 as well as the S8s, and is going to be making its way over onto the Note 8, no doubt. Now, for the other features, it does look like we're going to have a dedicated button for Bixby like we have on the S8. Bixby has mixed opinions. I don't know. I personally don't use it too much. The Bixby voice assistant still hasn't rolled out as yet, so it looks like the Note 8 will be getting this outside of the box. As well as that, we're going to have a USB Type-C port and a 3.5mm headphone jack. That is not going anywhere anytime soon. And we're going to have a single bottom-facing speaker on the Note 8, not dual speakers this time around anyway. But we are also likely to have earphones tuned by AKG on the Note 8 like we have on the S8s. Now, what about the battery size? Well, current rumors are pointing towards a 3300 mAh battery. This will actually be slightly smaller compared to the S8 Plus, which has a 3500 mAh battery. And it looks like there's multiple reasons for this. One being the Note 7, because they try to cram in too much of a large battery in this compact device. That's what created all the problems. So by having a slightly smaller battery, this should give people more confidence around the safety. But as well as that, you do have to bear in mind that the Note 8 has an S Pen which stays within the device at most times. So this does limit the space that you have within the device. Fast charging and fast wireless charging will also be there, so you're going to be able to get your quick top-ups, which is great. Now, what about the announcement and release dates? Well, the current rumored announcement date is the 23rd of August, according to the Bell, with the release of the Note 8 following in September. Now, this makes sense because Samsung will no doubt want to get there just before the iPhone 8, so they can catch a few customers who are thinking about upgrading. They'll have the option of the Note 8 there, and they might decide to go for that as opposed to the iPhones. And finally, for the price, the rumored price is €999, 100 euros more than what the S8 Plus released at. So this is going to be quite a pricey phone, but you are going to be getting all of these additional features which are going to be costing more, obviously, such as the dual camera and the S Pen features. So those are all the leaks and rumors of the Samsung Galaxy Note 8. I'm really looking forward to it personally. Are you looking forward to it? Definitely drop me a comment below and let me know your thoughts. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it useful. If you did, then please do hit that thumbs up button for me. It really does help me out. And if you haven't already, then be sure to subscribe and switch on notifications. I'm going to have lots more content coming up on here with the Note 8 as soon as it's released. Thanks for watching. This is Saf on SuperSaf TV, and I'll see you next time. Really hope his engine fails.